We are currently on the way to Dry Tortugas National Park.
It's our 51st National Park visit.
We've been excited to visit. It's a little island out in basically in the middle of the ocean.
And we're going to go out there and take a tour of the fort, its history, and snorkeling.
But first, let's back up a little bit. We arrived at the ferry at 7 a.m. to check in. The only ferry that goes to Dry Tortugas National Park is the Yankee Freedom Ferry. The tickets are $220 per person for adults. After boarding the ship and getting briefed by the captain, they'll provide a quick breakfast on board. Then you sit back and relax and take in the views for the next 2.5 hours as you sail about 70 miles off the coast of Key West until you arrive at Fort Jefferson. The only other way to get to Dry Tortugas is by private boat or seaplane charter. The seaplane is about 45 minutes, but it's significantly more expensive. So most people choose to take the ferry, and we have to say it was pretty enjoyable. The crew is very friendly. They have a snack bar with drinks and snacks, and they even share some facts and history about the Dry Tortugas while en route to the destination.
Got a map of the island. When we get there, we're going to do a walking tour and maybe do some snorkeling.
Part of the ferry is a 40-minute guided tour of the entire fort, which should be super interesting. And then there's lots of different snorkel areas, and they provide snorkel gear.
Hopefully we see some turtles.
So we've officially made it to Dry Tortugas National Park.
We're gonna take a few pictures and do an 11 o'clock mini tour and then do some snorkeling.
Yeah, they said there's lots of jellyfish out, so we'll have to be aware. And it looks like the weather's gonna hopefully hold off for us. So we're so excited to explore. This is so cool. There's a whole moat around it.
It's a very unique infrastructure. I feel like we're in a Call of Duty map or something.
Yeah, it's crazy because it looks obviously very abandoned. We're gonna learn more about it on our tour in just a little bit. It definitely has super weird kind of like eerie vibes. So to quickly share some highlights of the tour, in 1513, the Dry Tortugas was discovered and named by Spaniard Ponce de Leon. But over the years since then, Dry Tortugas has served many different purposes, but mainly a federal prison and a U.S. military base during different wars to protect Florida and the surrounding islands from being invaded by pirates and other countries. But in 1992, it was designated a national park to protect the marine life, reefs, and ecosystems surrounding the island. About to go walk up some of the stairs, hopefully climb up to the top and walk around the fort to explore it more.
Should be cool.
Yeah, there are no railings on anywhere in the fort. So they've warned us like 5 or 10 times about falling off of the top, which seems kind of silly, but I guess it happens. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful.
Can't wait to go snorkel.
I know, I hope we see lots, like turtles and fish. I wonder if anyone's seeing anything right now. The water is so clear, and it's a cloudy day, so it's crazy that it's still this clear, even though it's kind of cloudy. So there's 3 levels of the fort that you can explore. There's like obviously the main level, the second level, which we're currently on, and then the roof, which we are going to explore next.
We can find the stairs.
Yeah, we're trying to find the stairs up. It's just like so cool to be like walking around and knowing the history of it. I feel like we're just in like some abandoned prison.
We are.
I mean, we are. I know we are, but that's what it feels like. I don't know why I thought it would be like a little bit more like maintained, I guess, on the inside, but it's truly just endless hallways of brick and pillars and then beautiful ocean views behind us. They said there was 100 on each side, like over 400 in the whole fort, which this cannon is huge. I don't know why I thought they were smaller.
You gotta fire big cannonballs.
This is what they meant by no guardrails on the edge. So you gotta be careful walking.
Turtle watch. Trying to see if we can find one.
Yeah, Kayla said he thought he might have seen one down there, but it's obviously a little hard to tell from this angle. Can't get over how beautiful the water is here. Literally so clear and so blue. This is definitely one of the most unique national parks we've ever been to. We've also noticed some snorkelers out here going around the wall. There's actually a break in the moat, but you can't swim through it. And there's apparently a lot of jellyfish in the moat area. But apparently there's lots of good fish and wildlife to see swimming around it, snorkeling. Down we go. You've seen these area closed signs, and then back there, you might not be able to see it, it says residential area. And we were reading that the rangers live in part of the fort.
Yeah, quite the housing situation.
Yeah, quite the commute to work. You just live in the fort and they work 10 days and then they get some days off, and usually they work here about 3 years. We just finished walking around the area of the fort that is open to the public. We did the 20-minute history tour so that we'd have more time to snorkel, but there is a 40-minute tour that you walk more inside the fort, and I think they just like show you more inside. But definitely take time to walk around and explore and go to all the levels because it's so cool.
Yeah, you see very far in the distance from the top, so you get lots of good views and you can see the reef and stuff. And
made us even more excited to go snorkeling. So we got all our snorkel stuff from the ferry, and we are about to go snorkeling.
a little murky, probably about 15 feet of visibility. So not super clear, but you can still see a lot.
We've just been told there's lots of fish along the wall, so we're gonna start there and hopefully we see some stuff. Another jellyfish. So what do we see?
I saw a lot of fish, jellyfish,
Yeah.
coral.
Some vegetation.
Yeah.
But the visibility is sadly pretty low today.
A little murky.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of people out here right now, so that probably doesn't help with the fish or sea turtles or anything being a little frightened.
But still a great day, really cool experience, and get a snorkel again tomorrow. So we're about to get on the boat.
We're laughing because we see
Huge fish, thousands of little fish.
more fish than we ever saw snorkeling.
Three jellyfish. Pretty cool.
Do you know what the big fish are?
Maybe tarpon.
And then there's tons, like hundreds and hundreds of on the left and right below like this little seaweed.
It's four of the big guys.
So our time on Dry Tortugas has sadly come to an end.
Quick day.
Yeah, it went by so fast. We were actually, when we first heard of how many hours we had, we were like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? It's not that big, but.
5 of the hours are spent on the boat.
Well, yeah.
Getting out here.
That is true, that is true. But we highly recommend doing one of the history tours once you arrive, and definitely walking around the fort all over.
The snorkeling was pretty good.
It was just not a good day for us because of visibility, but it was so cool just being able to like be in the water and like swim around the moat.
Yeah, but super cool, historical national park. Has a lot of cool kind of history to it and cool stories, so.
Yeah, definitely recommend visiting. It's super unique and highly recommend. If you enjoyed watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below to stay up to date on all the latest national park adventures.